Hello, everybody, and welcome to I've Got the Power, a podcast and YouTube channel that's all about building confidence, resilience, and finding the power that you already have inside of you. I'm Charlotte Mill. Let's dive in. Firstly, thank you so much for tuning in. This is my first ever podcast and YouTube video, and I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm also really, really excited. Let me just share with you a little bit about who I am. So I'm Charlotte. I'm a strength and nutrition coach. I'm a mother, and I'm also founder of Warrior Collective CIC, an amazing non-profit organization with the aim to empower people. And that's really much kind of like my mission as well as an individual person. It's to help people, especially women and girls, feel stronger, feel safer, and feel more empowered. Now, throughout all of our episodes, you're going to learn about my life, about my story. My story probably spreads about 25 years. I'm 35 now, and my story really started when I was about 13 years old, where my parents went through a really nasty divorce, which then had some really quite lasting changes in my life and into my adulthood as well. I'm also an athlete. I've been a high-level competing athlete for over 20 years, and I'll be sharing my journey as an athlete with you as well and some of the lessons that I've learned. And then also, I'm a survivor of a domestic abusive relationship. And a lot of people that know me would never have put those two things together. They'd look at me and go, well, she's a strong person. She's a strong female, not only physically, but mentally. How could she be in a domestic abusive relationship? And I'll be talking about that as well. And also talking to some other people about things that we can do to combat those sorts of situations in our lives. And my story is going to grow, and you're going to learn more about me as we go on. But let's just say it's absolutely amazing that I don't just sit in the corner of my living room, hugging my knees, rocking forwards and backwards all day with everything that I've gone through in my life. But I grow from it and I learn from it, and I'm going to be sharing those learnings with yourselves as well. So let's talk about why I called this I've Got the Power. Because a lot of people, the word power is quite scary. But power means so much to me. It doesn't mean like just power in my muscles. It means power as in confidence, my power in my personal safety, power in my mindset and my choices and my approach. And I'm going to talk about empowerment a lot through this series, and we're going to build your own personal self-empowerment as well. Because empowerment is something we build. It's not something we're given. Nobody is going to give you empowerment. Sorry, guys, it's just not going to happen. It's something that you need to build yourself, and I'm going to be here with you on that journey. Now, don't get me wrong. There are barriers everywhere. We've got past trauma, low confidence, financial barriers, discrimination, isolation. There's so many barriers that people face. And we're going to talk about those barriers and how we overcome them. And my biggest message for you is this podcast is about breaking those barriers and reminding you that you absolutely do have the power. So what can you expect from this podcast and YouTube series? So the different topics that we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about self-empowerment. We're going to talk about strength training. So I'm going to bring some of the physical power stuff into it. We're going to talk about your nutrition and your well-being. I'm going to talk about self-defense and personal safety. It's an absolute passion of mine, and it really does increase your self-empowerment. I'm going to talk about resilience. I'm going to talk about mindset. I'm going to talk about habits. I'm going to be sharing with you my journey whilst giving you every single episode. I'm going to be giving you things that you can take away. It's going to make you so much of a better person, and you're going to grow. Some of my episodes, you're just going to have me giving you practical tips and coaching. Some episodes, I'm going to have guest speakers. We're going to talk about some real life stories. We're going to hear some survivor voices and some expert advice. And then I'm also going to be giving you some mini power boosts, which are kind of short pep talks for your week. Now, I'm a down-to-earth person. I'm no fluff. I'm a no BS person. So these episodes are going to be really raw, really down-to-earth, and we're just going to get stuck in, guys. And my goal is that every single episode, you're going to take away one thing that you can use straight away. So you're going to get so much from these episodes, guys. And here's our first takeaway for you. So here's something that you can do right now to step into your power. I want you to think about one area of your life where you feel powerless or stuck. Now, ask yourself, what's one small action that you can take this week to feel more in control? It could be saying no to something that's draining. It could be booking a workout. It could be going for a walk. It could be hitting your steps. It could be actually saying no to that coffee that you're going to be sat with that person that just utterly drains you. It could be going to bed earlier. Now, the reason I'm giving you this challenge is because empowerment starts with the smallest steps. So, just to recap, that's your one thing for this week. I want you to think about that one area of your life where you feel powerless or stuck, and what's one small action that you can take to feel more in control. Thank you very much for joining me for our first episode. Now, one thing I'd love to ask you to do before you guys leave, please subscribe or follow this podcast or this YouTube channel. That really does help us. Please share it with somebody that you think is going to need a boost. And please connect with us on social media. Our nonprofit is at Warrior Collective CIC. And my personal socials is at charlotte.k.mail. Next time, we're going to be talking about the power of saying no and how boundaries really can completely change your life. Remember, you've got the power. It's time to use it.